introduce to the stage an extremely charming and extremely good-looking man. Now, people have often said that, the gods that have been represented in Stargates are all representative of star and heavenly bodies. And I was checking him out before, and he's got a heavenly body. But he was also telling me that an asteroid that is currently orbiting around the Earth has been named after him. It's not been called Peter, though that would be cool. Apparently an asteroid which, down the track may have an infinitesimal chance of killing all of us, has been named after the System Lord Apophis. Yeah. I would like you all to put your hands together and please give him a very warm welcome to the stage, Mr. Peter Williams!
First of all, I'm touched by that welcome. And secondly, you're probably all wondering why I've got my sunglasses on. It's indoors. It's because my eyes may go off. And the organizers have advised me that they did not buy insurance for this. And they don't want to be sued. That is my usual shtick. Those of you who've seen me before will have heard it before, so I'm going to take off the glasses now. You have nothing to worry about. And I've learned, when you take glasses off, do not put them on chairs.
Clearly you've gotten smart at this.
Or keep the other ones in your back pocket. That's better.
Now you can see everything that there is to be seen.
That's right.
Fantastic. Now, Peter, obviously we know and love to hate the character that you played for how many years was it on Stargate SG-1? Basically from the start right through to the end, yeah?
That depends on the website you read.
Okay.
I was in the first episode, Children of the Gods. That's my favorite episode, so you can put that question away because I know I was going to get it. Which one's your favorite episode? Children of the Gods. Only because it was twice as long as all the others, and I made it from beginning to end. Which is a good enough reason to love it, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I say I was the bad guy on Apophis for the first, on Stargate for the first 5 seasons. The official blurb I read everywhere says 4 seasons. I don't know where we lost a season, but I think it was the 5th season that those damn replicators came along and spoiled everything. And I mean everything, because I didn't like them, not just because they killed Apophis, but because they, weren't, I don't think, personally, worthy of the show. And I hate to start out with that negative note, but I really don't like replicators. Really. I surf the internet every once in a while looking for everything and anything Apophis related. And I actually found a cartoon one time that had my head photoshopped onto a replicator body. Do I look like a replicator? I didn't like that one. So I think I reported them to the FBI. No. 5 seasons is my stock answer, but of course I appeared in season 8 as well when Christopher Judge wrote that episode. I also appeared in the, I say I, of course I mean Apophis, it kind of gets to you after a while. You start referring to yourself in terms of gods. But it ain't like that. Continuum, I think, was the last time I appeared in Stargate. Let's hope it won't be the final time. I suspect one of these days somebody will bring it back. Somebody will write a script worthy of them, and they'll do it again. I just hope they give me a call.
Yeah. I think we can all agree with that, right? I think the best possible ending for Stargate Universe would be that they're flying their plane, their spaceship to find the ultimate creator at the end of creation and everything like that. And it's just a popper sitting there going, what?
I had when Stargate SG-1 was ending, I had a word with Brad Wright, the head writer on Stargate. We went back a long way. In fact, Brad Wright, I met Brad when he was a story assistant. He came on as like a gopher in the story department of this Canadian TV show that I was working on called Neon Rider. And I remember Brad's first day at work. I mean, he was a nobody. Now he's driving. I think he has 8 cars and a nice big house. Stargate's made him a fixture of, I shouldn't say wealthy man. I really don't know the size of his bank book, but he's a fixture on the television production circuit. I remember saying to Brad, I have the perfect ending for Stargate. Perfect ending. Everybody, SG-1 triumphs, system lords are all vanquished, O'Neill returns to civilian life, goes shopping to buy carrots and lettuce, approaches the checkout stand, pulls out his wallet, paying his money, looks up to see a man who looks just like me, on the till, just smiling at him. Cut to credits. I think he liked it, but it never happened that way. It's funny you say how universe should end. Hasn't it ended?
No. We've still got, 5 episodes left, and then the potential for... It's been cancelled, yes, but we've still got 5 episodes or thereabouts left to air. And then possibly 2 movies, they're saying.
Okay.
So there's still a chance.
There's still a chance. And in fact, another thing Brad Wright told me, he says, you're gonna get tired of seeing us. Apophis will never die. That's what he said to me. But he lied about 6 times.
Okay, if you've got a question at all for Peter about Apophis or about any of his other work that he has done, which is a significant body of work, please just wave a hand at me. I'll come running to you and you can answer. Ask it. Do whatever you want to do.
Pretty much anything goes.
Well, could you tell us a little bit more about the meteor, not the meteor,
the asteroid.
How did you find out about it?
I forget how I found out about it. Actually, I know. Joseph Malazzi, the writer, he has a blog, and I think he mentioned it, and one of my fans in Texas hipped me to the fact that 2 astronomers, American astronomers, who were Stargate fans, discovered this asteroid and named it. It had a name, a number. When they find them, they give them numbers first. But they were Stargate fans, so they decided to call it Apophis after, bandying around a few different names. I can't tell you how happy I was to hear that. I really was. Not just from a personal standpoint, but yes, from a personal standpoint. And this thing, for those of you who don't know, those of you that do know it, it bears repeating, and go forth and testify when I'm done. Those of you that don't know, this asteroid has been orbiting Earth since all of us were born, well before that. And it's due to swing by, I think, in 2027 or something like that. Close enough for the Earth's gravity to affect its orbit. So that when it comes around the next time in 2036, it's got a statistical possibility of actually impacting Earth. According to the Americans, it's an infinitesimal possibility. The Russians are taking it more seriously. They've nailed it down to a 2% possibility, which is actually quite significant. And I don't know what the statistics are for Australia, but you get a lot of that kind of stuff happening in the South Pole, near the South Pole as well as the North Pole. So I don't know. It's now absolutely known as the asteroid Apophis. If you stick it into Google, you'll get 1 million hits. Everybody's talking about it right now, along with along with the dying star Beetlejuice and the disaster theories going around. 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar, the tsunamis, the earthquakes, shifting of the plates, everything, global warming, Sarah Palin in the United States, all the other disasters.
Peter, it's well known that Richard Dean Anderson and a lot of the other cast members pull practical jokes on one another. Did they ever pull one on you?
I get this one every time. Y'all love practical jokes. You see, one of the things about Apophis is I wasn't in every day like Michael Shanks and Amanda Tapping. When I came around, it was usually a special episode, and I would come in a couple of days, shoot my stuff, get out, watch it on TV a few months later. Except for one show. And that was the Serpent Song episode. Excuse me, where they aged my character down to death. Aged the host of the character, I should say. So I was around every day. In fact, that was shot in one day. Every scene that day I was in. All the dialogue. And funnily enough, the very next morning was the eve of my second trip to Australia, to Sydney. Well, we shot the scene. It was an exhausting day, which I spent in a straitjacket, virtually bonded to that gurney that I was on. And at the end of the day, it was such an exhausting day. Peter DeLuise, who directed that episode, said,